Good morning, good morning. You guys saw me making my coffee, but I want to tell y'all to stop what you're doing, subscribe, like the video, share with your friends, because this is going to be a quick but good chat because the Lord is downloading right now. So stop what you're doing, go do that, and then grab your word, grab your pretty good coffee, and let's go. Okay, so you guys saw me preparing my Careless Cat blend from Chamberlain Coffee. It's good. I did not finish it. I actually ended up leaving it on my counter. So that's why I actually don't have it in the car with me. As you can see, the kids are knocked out. So we're traveling a little bit today and I forgot my coffee. So there's that. So that's why I don't have it. Hold on one second, y'all. Okay, but it was good. I like it. I still think that Social Dog is my favorite, and then Fancy Mouse is my second favorite so far. But Careless Cat is good. It's good. It's less caffeine, which is nice, so it's not like making you jittery or anything. But yeah. So we're gonna hop right into this word really quick, and it is Luke 10 verse 19, and I'm going to be reading from actually let me see something real quick. I was going to say King James, but okay, from CSB. So Luke 10 verse 19 CSB. Look, I have given you the authority to trample on snakes and scorpions and over all the power of the enemy. Nothing at all will harm you. Look, I have given you the authority to trample on snakes and scorpions and over all the power of the enemy. Nothing at all will harm you. Okay, perfect. So I'm gonna plug my phone back up because again, we're traveling. So I don't like to be without a phone. And so I keep my charger in my car just for these purposes. And I'm sure a lot of you do that too, right? Because you don't want to be without, because it's also your GPS and all those things. So anyways, y'all hear me? Y'all hear me? Okay, good. Perfect. So Luke 10:19, and it's talking about he's giving us this power to trample over scorpions, snakes, and over all the powers of the enemy. Nothing is going to harm us in Luke 10:19. And something I've been praying about, and what God was talking to me about today even, was sometimes we think that it's other people, or we think that it's just the enemy, but sometimes it's our flesh. And the Lord has given us the power to trample even on that, because sometimes we're our worst enemy. We are the person that is holding us back. And so when we look at the word, he said, look, I've given it to you. I've given you the authority to do that. I've given you the power to do that. It's up to you to activate it and to live in it. And so one of my prayers that I've been having is, God, help me to trample on me. My feelings, my emotions, my wayward self, my pride, my ego, my insecurities, my selfishness, my overthinking, my anxiety, like all of those things, help me to trample on me. Because again, sometimes we'll project it onto other things and other people, like the snakes and the scorpions, because those are the people. And then the enemy is the enemy, obviously. But he says, I've given you authority to trample over all of that. And sometimes you need to factor yourself into the equation. And we need to take the authority that he's given us and put it to good use. We need to take the authority that he's given us and put it to good use, because sometimes we'll take the authority and we'll put it in areas that it's not meant to or intended for, and so then we're wondering why we're not having the results that we're seeking. But it's because we're not putting the authority to good use. You're throwing it on things that doesn't need the subjection at that moment. You're saying the enemy is coming for me, or these people are doing this and that, and God's like, actually, it's you, it's your mind, it's your feelings, it's your flesh that's getting in the way of your sensibilities about what I've actually told you about the situation. And so you need to start trampling on you. And that's something that's really heavy with me. And honestly, like, I had a really good conversation with my sister today, because that's actually who we've been visiting. And just, you know, in full transparency, being in a place of God, like, I really want to hear from you, and and not just say that I want relationship with you, not just say that I want to hear, but actually, and you know, switching from I want to hear the response to my question, but God, I just want to hear from you, because that's where I've been. Like, I want to hear the response to my question, because then that will better my relationship, because then I'll know how to trust you better. But that's not how this works, right? And so him being like, I just need you to take that off the table and just hear from me about what I want and how I want it done, and then trust me in that, and then trust me in the silence too. Because again, your flesh is rising up, and your flesh is beginning to talk, and your flesh is causing you to worry, your flesh is causing you to despair and to feel discouraged and overwhelmed in areas, and that's just not from me. I said that I've given you the authority to trample on all of that, you included. You are not exempt from the authority of God and saying, hey, I have to trample myself, I have to kill that, I have to kill the voice that's in my head, that's my own, the narrative that I've created. I have to kill the insecurities, I have to kill the worry, I have to kill the doubt, I have to kill the fear, I have to kill the pride, I have to kill the ego. I have got to trample on me. And that's hard, because I've been looking for a certain thing, and I'll be very clear, like, I have found it very difficult to pray. Like, I've been trying to be more intentional about reading my word until I get to this place where I can pray. But when I got to this scripture and looked at it again and just sat, and the Lord literally, as I was driving, he was literally downloading in my spirit. He said, you know, you're reading the word because you don't feel like you can pray, and so you're being more intentional about that, and that's cool, that's fine. But the reality is that you can't pray because you're in the way. You've got to trample on you, and I've given you the authority to do that. You're asking me to help you to pray, but you help you to pray. Take yourself out. Become the sniper. Take yourself out. Take yourself out. And that is what I needed to hear. Because I want to do what God wants me to do, and only that. I want to hear it from him. I want to be available to him. I want to do things that he wants me to do and how he wants me to do them, and I want to show up as he wants me to show up. And I can tell you, I'm not there yet. Like, I have not in any way even tapped into a quarter of what it is that he wants me to do, and that's because I need to take on the authority that he has given me and put it to good use. And I need to trample myself out. It's not just the enemy. It's not just the snakes and scorpions. It's me too. It's me too. And he's given me the power to do that. And you know how? Because Jesus died and gave us access to salvation. And so we're resurrected with him. But our flesh, we gotta kill that. We gotta kill that. But our souls, our spirit, man, listen, that's taken care of. That's accounted for. That's accounted for. Our spirit, man, is accounted for. You don't have to worry about that. But you do have to worry about getting your flesh out of the way. And so that's where I'm at. And so when I look at Luke 10 and 19, and it says, look, I've given you the authority to trample on snakes and scorpions and the enemy and all the power that he has. You got to take that to heart. And when you find yourself at a block and God, I can't do this and I need your help, and open up my heart and open up my eyes to this, you know what he's going to say? You do it. I gave you the authority for that. You do it. Because you are in the way. And that's humbling. And it's hard. And it's kind of bitter. But it's a little sweet too. Because I'll tell you, it's sweet because I felt like I was being thrown away. That I was being left out to dry. And that I didn't hear from him what I thought I heard from him. Sorry guys if y'all hear all the road. Like I thought that. I really felt that way. But it's sweet to know that I wasn't thrown away. I wasn't forgotten. And I absolutely heard from him about the plan. But he's given me the authority to handle the foundation of my fears, which is my flesh. so that we can get the job done. That he's given me that responsibility. He's trusted me with that responsibility. He's trusted me with that responsibility. And that's sweet to me. Because if he's trusted me with the responsibility, he's certainly not thrown me away. He certainly hasn't thrown me away. And that's big. That's big. And so I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful. I'm thankful.
Turn left onto Florida 40 West.
Hold on, y'all. I'm making a turn. Boop, boop, boop. Yay.
Continue on Florida 40
Perfect.
West for 39 miles.
Y'all hear? Yeah, we're doing some traveling today. So y'all are on the road with me. But yeah. So that's been what he gave me revelation on, and something I'm gonna sit with. And even as I drive for these 39 miles, as I said, I'm gonna be quiet and I'm gonna be in consecration and just listening to him and really trampling on myself. Like, we are going to bring this flesh under subjection. We're going to bring these thoughts under subjection. We're going to bring these insecurities, these fears, these emotions, all of that. We're going to bring it under subjection. And God, I want you to show me how to do it. And then if you've already shown me, remind me of the prior instruction, because sometimes he's already shown us and we've overlooked it. So I have to ask him to remind me. So if you've told me, God, do me a favor, show me where you told me before, and allow me to follow through with that instruction. Allow me to follow through. I have a quiet car. I'm going to do the thing I've been asking him to do, and that's to pray, and that's to open up my heart, and I'm going to do it because I'm going to pull me out of it. I'm going to pull me out of it because he's already told me that these things are promised to me and my family and my friends and all of this. But what I thought was holding it up is a whole lot different. It's a whole lot different. That's it. So I want you to hold Luke 10:19 in your heart this week and meditate on it. See what the Lord tells you. Allow him to give you revelation and to expound and expand your knowledge on his word. And then I want you to get that pretty good coffee in your system, because we got a lot to do and you can't get tired. So you need to be good and juiced up. And then get your tickets for the Hey Pretty conference at heyprettylife.com. You can use the Afterpay option there as well. And you can stock up on your Hey Pretty gear and get ready for the conference of a lifetime, because it is the first one of its kind, but it is not the last one. And you want to make sure that you're in from the very beginning, so you can see the expansion that God has in store, and how he's going to do things and shift things. Because the reality is, not only is he going to deliver so many women and heal so many women and show what breakthrough really looks like for so many women in that space, he's doing it for me right now. He's doing it for me right now. And if you catch on to that, he'll start doing it for you right now too. He'll start doing it right now for you. So heyprettylife.com for your tickets for the Hey Pretty conference happening in Ocala on February 10th through 11th. And then you hold Luke 10:19 in your heart, drink your pretty good coffee, and you have a wonderful week. Bye, pretty one.